Hello guys, we'll be going through how I created this. I think you understand how I created this. So now for us to view it, let's just go straight to our background color. We'll come back to gradient fill. I think you understand. Using gradient fill. So here is a gradient fill. Let's pick this. No, let's pick this. Sorry for the interruption. When we pick this, now to arrange the color in a normal way, we come here. Now this is where we can change the color format. Then trying to bring out our colors, you just come here. I think you understand. Then you press OK. Coming back to this place, you make an additional color. Then you delete this one. Then you make an additional color. So bringing this one out to pick its color, then the only thing you have to do is that you just have to make a restraining of the color. Now I think you understand. So to make it formal, you press your OK. Now to make it OK, you insert a background. Coming down, then you go to your file, pick a background, then you pick this. After picking that, then you make it uniform, then you press this, you centralize it. Then after that, I think you understand, you lock it. Then after locking, you try to come back to your opacity, then you reduce the opacity. But mind you, if you don't like that background, let's assume we don't like that background and we are looking for another white background, so let's make use of this. Picking this, then you just have to close this, make this one to back, you understand. Then you make it bigger, centralize, add your opacity effect. Can you see? So now adding the opacity effect, then you have to lock it. Now the next thing we are going to have now is the unique kitchen. So now let's assume we are using, which name can we use? Let's use Catherine's kitchen. Then we make it capital. Then you centralize it at the top. Coming back to your font, here I have my font. I'll be picking from my own font. I have many fonts here. So now let's make a use of this Helvetica bold, or let's make use of the italic one. So doing it this way, we can just come back to pick another font. Let's use this bold. I think that will be okay for it. Then place it at the top, you centralize it at the top, and you may bring it to the top. So after doing that, I think the format is done now. So that which we have to do now is how I make it in a uniform way. Then you come back to your shadow, add a shadow, bringing the shadow color to black. You come here, I think you understand, you can see it. You press black. Your blur radius, you reduce it to 5. Then offset, when you see this offset, you can see it goes to the right. So that is not the offset we are going to be using. We are going to be making use of this. You understand? So I think you can see now. That's it, Catherine's kitchen. Then you lock your Catherine's kitchen. Now next we are going to be bringing a shape, round shape, by the way. So we're doing this round shape. Don't forget we are making replication of this. So for those of you who want to message me on my WhatsApp number, this is my WhatsApp number in this design, so you can just message me directly. So now picking this shape, coming back to our shadow, the same thing we did in the catering kitchen. We reduce our blur radius to 5, offset to 3. Then the lower part, we can reduce our offset to 2. Then at the lower part, or make it this way, let our offset be uniform. Let everything be in a uniform way. So 1, 1, then let it be 1 minus. I think this is okay. So locking or hiding this, we come back to centralization. We centralize it. So we come back to our emboss. This, I think you can see it changed the format entirely. We come here, you see it gives another shape. Then you bring it out. Your bevel, you reduce it. You reducing the bevel. Specular hardness, you reduce it to 3. The ambient light, you have to reduce it. Or if you don't want to reduce it, if you don't want to reduce it rather, you leave it at 90. Then you have to make an arrangement on the shape size until it's okay. I think you can understand what I'm trying to say. So let's turn everything to 0. The ambient light in this format, but mind you, when we change the ambient light to 0, it won't be okay. Then we just have to make it this way, and we'll make use of it this way. So what we are going to be doing next is texture. I think you understand. Doing the texture, we go to the image, then leaving the image, then you go to download. This is where I have my own foods. Then I pick the size I want. You can see. So then I just have to come back. Let's make this first. I think you understand. We have to erase. Mind you, this is what we are still trying to replicate, by the way. So we're trying to replicate this. Then we just have to say, okay, this is where we stop. We give it this form, bring it at the center. Then you draw another shape. This to back, to front, sorry, to back, this also to back, this to back, to back, to back. Now you can see they are all at the back now. Then the one with the food, we lock it. Then the other one, we centralize it. We reduce the size also. Then we centralize it. Come to your shadow. Let's leave the shadow this way. I think you understand. Then the only thing you just have to do is merge the both together. After we merge it together, we press OK. Then you can simply reduce or increase the size. To the other part now, let's see, I'm leaving it here. Now we've left everything there. Then you come here, lock it. Going back to it, you can see specialized on different types of food. So you just like specialize on different types of food. You understand? Then a specialized should be in this form. Different kind of food. So then you just have to make it at the center. Bring it here. Font. Which font are we now to use? There's a font called orthography. You understand? Orthography. This orthography is the one we are going to be using. So we're using this orthography. These are it will be. So now centralize the orthography. So now after centralizing it, we come this way, then that's it. Then we just go to the types of food. Let me just write jollof rice, fried chicken. So as soon as I just put fried chicken, we put vegetable. Come to the lower part, vegetable soup. Then edit, we put salad. Let's put full stop. So the next thing we are just going to do is that we bring them to the center part. I think you understand. So, but wait, before we bring it to the center part, to make it okay, let's add beans to it. I think you understand. Then we come to the lower part also. You put and the likes, full stop. Then you come here to the center part, centralize. The one at the middle is the centralize button. Then you reduce the size using this. Then you centralize it also. But I think you can see there is a change of something in it after centralizing the font. Which font are we to use? Now, for me, I will be using the same Helvetica BQ medium, or let's make use of which font can we use. Okay, let's just go for that. Let's use the Roman. Then you come to your bold, you bold it. So now after we've bold it, I think you'll see we centralize it again. So then let me use my centralization, this, I think you see. Then we just make a small line below. We let the small line to be at the lower part of it. We still have to reduce the size. So now I think that's okay. Then we just bring it down. I think you see. So now for us to move it very clearly, we go this way. You can see. So now we are done with that. I think you understand. So being done with that, although the color here is changing from the colors we have here, so we just go back to our color, then you re-edit. Since we can see the colors are changing, I think you understand. So let's make it this way. Then this we go for this. Then coming back to this, you just say edit. You come back to that same design to pick this one. Okay. After we picked the okay, now you can see there is a little bit similar thing in it. So now picking this, let's now correct the opacity a little bit. So let's just go for this. But our food is somehow big. We just have to decentralize. I think you understand. After decentralizing, then come back the same way we did the other one. You understand? Then we just have to resize the shape. Resizing, then we pick this. I think you can see. Then you just come back again to make it okay. Then after that, what next? The question is what next? So before we now, let's just go to those shapes at the lower part. the stroke should be this gradient fill, this outline, then come to shadow 5. No. So the shadow ought to come out a little bit. So bringing it back to this side, sorry for the noise, then you just have to say okay, the lower part. So bringing it back to the lower part, you just have to reduce the size and everything concerning it. Reducing the size, then we just have to copy and bring it back to this place. Then we come back to our shadow, this place where we have 4, we reduce it by 2 minus 4. You understand? To check out the alignment, then we have to delete, we have to make it this way. So you pick this, you can see, just lock the boat. Now write in our phone number, delete, you just put. So now for the font I'm going to be using, I think let's make it this way, L. So coming back to the dot, I just have to delete the dot. Then my number is +23491560646. Okay, I know many people will be wondering why am I using L. Then we come back to our font. You search for Social. Although we are not using Social for everything. After that, come back. After cancelling it, then we pick the Social. Then font for all these ones will change. We use the medium, the vertical medium. Then, or if we decided not to use the vertical medium, I think we can just use. Let's just go for that. Then just come back to the shadow. Then you bring it back to 5. So once the shadow is 5, you bring it down a little bit to bring it down to the lower part. Then changing the color for the shadow, it should be a dark black. I think you understand. You see it now. Then you now make it this way, center at the lower part. So then you raise it up a little bit, reduce the size, then say it this way, then come back. The space here should be deleted. Now I think you've seen it. So let's just make a close to this. Then we're now trying to go back there. I think you've seen everything. But the main thing we should understand under this thing is the alignment. I think you understand. So now going back for the order now. So now this is the way we do it. So just make it this way. Color would be this. Then with a white stroke, forming a white stroke. Yes, this is the way it should go. So then we add another effect to this, and the effect is what? The shadow. It's the shadow effect. So trying to align that one, bring it here, position. So now come back to our shadow, reduce to 5, offset, -1 and 2, -1 and 2. So now coming to that, just put order. Now raise it to a capital 4, reducing the size, then you go back to pick a font. I just want us to use a normal font for everything. I think you understand. Then make it in this way. Or then now let the font be 30 or 29. So making it 29 or 30, I think this is okay. So you just have to do it this way. That's all. So to centralize it, this one. That's all. So this is all for the design. Now we have to save. Then you save as image. You come here to this place, Ultra, JPEG, no transparency. You then save to gallery. I think you understand. So now saving to gallery. Then we're trying to check. Just come to our AI gallery. Then where do I have my Pixel Lab? Then you come to your Pixel Lab. Here is it. I think you've seen it. Here is everything you've done. I think you can see it clearly. So thanks for watching.